best part about it is that the guys in the field didn't treat me as the owner's son. I was just another guy. And I didn't have that attitude of, oh, I'm the boss's kid and I'm just going to get everything I want. How I got into the business was being brought up next to the business. I've always been wanting to do this. So I knew in high school growing up that this is what I wanted to do. My dad and my grandfather both, I didn't have school breaks. I didn't have days off of school. I went to work and I was doing work. I was doing painting the fences, coming inside, painting fork trucks, doing this, doing that, helping out and around just to get me involved in it, but at a young age.
Sure.
I did go to, I graduated high school and then I went to Alfred State for 2 years. Went to Alfred University for one semester, and I called my dad in December of 1989 and said, I'm ready. So he said, okay. So I went directly into the field.
Okay.
My father put me in the field for about 5 years, by 4 or 5 years, and got to learn the business outside of the office and the warehouse part, and worked with all the different trades that we are affiliated with. And the best part about it is that the guys in the field didn't treat me as the owner's son. I was just another guy. And I didn't have that attitude of, oh, I'm the boss's kid and I'm just going to get everything I want. It didn't work that way. So I did the field for 5 years, and then in '98 I became vice president, kept working my way up, and then by the time of 2005 my dad was ready to retire, and here we are today.
Congrats. No, that's, there's two ways to enter the family business. One is exactly the way you did it, where it's like it's been in my blood. I've been here all the time. I know that I want to do this.
Right.
And there's other families that say, go out, get 5 years experience someplace else, and then really prove to us that you want to come back.
Right. I knew from day one. I was always, trucks and, trailers and equipment. When I first started, we weren't, my dad started the rigging part in the late 70s. So we had our rigging department out here in Webster, and then we had our carting division in the city, which was more just warehousing. And I pretty much started working in there when I got out of college right away to learn that part. And then I came out to Webster in the rigging part for about 3 years.
Okay.
My 5 to learn this part. So my grandfather ran the city, my dad ran Webster.
Okay.
And I knew once I said, the rigging part with the equipments and the big fork trucks and what they were doing, it's the best thing about it is that every day it's something different. We're problem solvers, and you can be the same machine, same location, but it's got to go in a different door in a different way. It's just, my guys are the best problem solvers around. And that's what we like about it. I'm not coming to the same job every day.
Love it. And that's, it's interesting because I'm second generation. Dad started the business, 40 plus years ago, and I wanted nothing to do with it. So I'm the exact opposite. I watched my father work. I didn't understand the business at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't want to do anything with that. I'm going to get into computers. And I started doing the computer work. I hated it.
Yeah.
And then I went back to school. I worked for Xerox for a few years, loved it. I was I was a sales guy, sales manager. And my father grabbed me and said, what are your favorite parts about what you do at Xerox? I'm like, A, B, and C. He's like, let me show you how you can get that same thing doing what I'm doing times 100. Right. And he showed me, and I'm like, wow. All right. And it's what you said about problem solving. There's not one day that goes by that I'm doing the same thing. Yeah. Even though it's always the same stuff.
Right.
It's different.
It's different.
Fun.
It's fun, right?
Yeah. Families are different and the businesses are different. So
right.